Master Jedi, I'm aware that my recent military record might raise some concerns. I want to reassure you that my squad fatality rates have not consistently been this high.
I suppose that's good to hear.
The first squad I commanded after making Sergeant was sent to free POWs being held at a small Imperial outpost. Intel said the place would be lightly manned. Most of the Imperials wouldn't arrive for another 24 hours. Intel was wrong.
The outpost wasn't lightly manned, or the POWs weren't being held there?
The Imperials sent their reinforcements a day early. When my squad broke into the outpost, we were outnumbered 10-1. We were outmanned and outgunned, but we achieved our objective. Freed all the POWs, and came out alive. My squad's casualty rate was 97.4%, but we had no fatalities.
It's impressive that anyone made it out of there with those odds.
They were good soldiers, far better than any of the others I've had under my command. Our mission was accomplished without permanent loss of Republic resources. That squad was effectively trained, and as a result, we achieved victory much more efficiently.
They must have been remarkable soldiers.
They are. Good soldiers are a resource. Yes, their loss damages the war effort, but they are meant to be used. Victory for the Republic is worth any cost. Master Jedi, our downtime has had a positive impact on my battle readiness. I believe I'm 14.2% more prepared for combat now.
What? What does that even mean?
It's a statistical analysis of, well, I won't bore you with the details. I've had a lot of time to think. I've forgotten what that was like.
Relax while you can, Sergeant. There's more fighting ahead.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been thinking about my original squad. I haven't seen any of them since we liberated that POW camp. They seem to be on active duty, but I can't find any mention of commendations or recognition. They should be decorated soldiers.
I'm sure you'll find something.
Carson, Nadja, Eckert. That whole squad has simply vanished.
They're probably just posted somewhere far from the fighting.
It seems like a terrible waste of skilled personnel. They'd be most valuable to the Republic deployed on the front. This just doesn't make sense to me. Finally tracked down my old squad mates, Master Jedi. Wishing I hadn't. General Garza recruited them into the Special Forces Black Ops program. But now, they're in a detention facility on Beirun, convicted of war crimes.
War crimes are a serious charge. How did your old squad go from being heroes to convicted criminals?
Black Ops doesn't make heroes. It trains killers. If the right targets die, no one complains. They renamed my old squad the Surgeons, tasked them with destabilizing the Empire's command structure by removing its best leaders. But the Surgeons didn't just target Imperial commanders. They went after the officers' families. They wanted to send the enemy a message.
Killing women and children is never acceptable.
Good soldiers know what acceptable targets are. This wouldn't have happened on my watch. The detention center's warden says my old squad mates are serving life sentences. They're young. That's a lot of years to spend in cages. The next time I get nostalgic and curious, Master Jedi, give me a planet to invade. Talking won't accomplish our mission objectives.
Old Doc's always been more of a lover than a fighter. But I had to up my game since you came around. It's not easy looking good when you're fighting next to a Jedi. But I figured out the trick.
Care to clue me in before our next big battle?
Let's just say I'm getting a new nickname. Dr. Knockout. Yep. Next time we're surrounded by the scum of the galaxy, they're gonna be sorry they met me.
I don't believe this! We missed the party of the Millennium last night. It's all over the holonet. Music, dancing, attractive people. We could have been a part of it if we hadn't been on the wrong side of the galaxy, saving everyone's lives as usual. 2 heroes of the Republic would have been colossal at that shindig. Infinite opportunities for romance. We would have had it made.
Just think about how much more colossal we'll be at these parties once the Empire is defeated.
We've already earned more admirers than we'll ever have time for. Anything extra is just wasteful. I'm in the prime of my life, and I'm spending it with people who enjoy running around on exploding planets. All I want is to abuse our fame just for one night. Is that so wrong?
Don't worry, I'm right here.
What have you got for me? Only a few dozen senators have access to those accounts. Until we find out who hired the bounty hunter, we can't ignore a traitor in the Senate. We must advise the authorities.
Your people speaking of the Empire sound like a distorted echo. When I was born, we thought the rest of the galaxy to be mystery and legend. We had been alone for 1,000 years.
What was it like? I can't even imagine.
We were what you made us. In my youth, Jedi were how you threatened errant children. Obey your masters or the Jedi will obliterate you. For thousands of years, we had total control of 100 star systems. Then the Jedi drove us to the farthest fringe of the galaxy.
That was generations ago. Do people really still care?
Did your people still care to fear us when we re-emerged? This is hardly worth debating. I gain nothing from understanding how your Republic's fools view the galaxy. I am surprised that once your council finishes its brainwashing, any Jedi has a spine left to oppose the Emperor. Perhaps you are young enough to still cultivate the strength of the Sith.
If you came here to turn me to the dark side, you'll be disappointed.
I came to defeat the Emperor. Turning you to the dark side is purely for my own amusement. I do not know how more to prepare you to face the Emperor. What has your training been? All I know of Jedi ways is from Revan. Surely they have changed in 300 years.
I am prepared. I need nothing more from you.
You do not lack for confidence, Jedi. Revan and the Exile were much like you. They truly believed that they could destroy the Dark Lord. I believe them too.
Revan and the Jedi Exile are legends. What were they like?
It should not have surprised anyone that Revan turned Sith. He knew you cannot fight the dark side without understanding it. The Exile was harder to read. Even with all she had done, she never trusted herself. With Revan, she was his student again. I liked them. I would have served them, but my vision told me they would fail. I cut down the Exile and brought Revan to the Emperor as a gift.
You regret betraying them. There is room in the Force to forgive even such heinous crimes.
I do not seek forgiveness. The only way to live long enough to find the Jedi who would kill the Emperor, to find you, was to convince him to trust me. He took my offering and gave me a place at his side. He gave me immortality. It was a gift, but not without its price.
The Force is strong in you. Too strong for the restrictions the Jedi impose.
This is Station Korriban's flame to unidentified vessel. You have violated Imperial space. Submit your security clearance or be destroyed.
You said I could leave this to you. Go ahead.
Transmitting clearance code now.
Stand by while I... We're so pleased you're here, Grand Moff. You'll find our security airtight.
That is unlikely.
I've cleared a docking bay for you. Please proceed with your landing, sir.
For the moment, they believe I am Grand Moff Fresh. But this ruse will not hold. Prepare to kill everyone.
Haven't you noticed? I don't leave survivors.
Your most admirable quality. Don't waste any time. Destroy the enemy while we have the elements of surprise.
Right on time. You're practically a droid. I knew if I applied the right stimulus, you couldn't resist coming here.
Something's wrong with Leeha. She's not herself. She tricked me.
Jomar was chasing proof you'd fallen to the dark side. He fell into my trap like a greedy child. You were just as easy.
The Emperor is dominating your mind. Resist him.
Please, don't hurt her. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Poor boy. You think you love me, but what we shared in secret on Tython was only a shadow of true passion.
They indulged their base desires. Impressive.
I'll show you true ecstasy, Jomar. But first things first.
I don't want to hurt you. If you care about Jomar, surrender.
Surrender is for the weak. Jomar had that option. You don't. You remember the meaties? I gave my little droid friends a few upgrades I think you'll enjoy. Briefly. Stop! Where are we?
Leeha, it's me. You're going to be all right.
My poor droids. How did we get here?
You've been under the Emperor's control. You tortured Jomar and tried to kill me.
No, that's not possible. No. I can feel the Emperor's presence. He hates you. The things he made me do.
Come home to Tython. Master Satele will help you. I have no right to ask you for anything, but the Council doesn't need to know about us. Please, keep our relationship to yourself.
Your relationship with Leeha nearly killed us all. You must tell the Council everything.
They won't understand, but I'd rather tell them myself than let you do it. My mission wasn't a total failure. I overheard Leeha delivering orders from the Emperor to a high-ranking Sith Lord. I couldn't hear details, but I know someone named Lord Fulminus went on a secret mission to the planet Voss.
Lord Fulminus? The Emperor isn't taking any chances with Voss.
I'll take Leeha home. Thank you for saving her. Us.
We should leave this place while we still can. Jomar's ship is in the aft hangar.
Master Satele, I rescued Jomar and found Leeha Narez. She's been under the Emperor's control and needs your help. They're headed for Tython now. I also learned a high-ranking Sith named Fulminus is on the planet Voss.
That is disturbing news. Voss was discovered only recently. Its society is dangerously unbalanced. The people worship an elite group of Force users who rule with absolute authority. Despite our best efforts, Voss's government rejects the Jedi Code.
The Emperor has always taken a great interest in that world. I thought he sought to conquer it, but clearly he intends its destruction.
Go to Voss. Find Lord Fulminus and stop his plans.
This is Jomar Chul. I told the Council about my relationship with Leeha, as you asked. It didn't go well. It will be a long time before I regain their trust. I'll probably never see Leeha again. All that matters is she will be fine. I hear she's almost back to her old self. If you see Leeha, tell her... Nothing. Forget it. Jomar Chul out.
We're in orbit around Voss, Master Satil.
Be wary when you reach the surface. Voss is a strange world under the absolute control of a group of powerful Force users called the Mystics. The Mystics reject the idea that the Force has both a light and dark side. They claim to follow a neutral path, both in their politics and the Force. Despite their claims, I fear the Mystics have more in common with the Sith than with us.
Whatever the Emperor is up to, I'll stop him.
We haven't uncovered the Emperor's plan to destroy Voss yet, but he recently dispatched a Sith Lord named Fulminus to this system.
Lord Fulminus created the Harrowers you face in the Emperor's fortress. Be wary.
Give me his location, and I'll take care of this.
We know Fulminus is somewhere on Voss. He's communicating with the Emperor through an encrypted communications relay. We've detected several signal scramblers outside the planet's capital city of Voss Ka. Disable them, and we can track the comm signal to his location.
Fulminus wouldn't just leave those scramblers undefended.
The signal scramblers were hidden deep inside the savage Voss wilderness. Reaching them will be dangerous, even for a Jedi. If you act quickly, you should be able to disable all the scramblers before Fulminus knows what's happening. Then we can find him. May the Force be with you.
Hold up a minute. Commander Harada, Station Security. Glad I caught you before the shuttle. I have an urgent message from Ambassador Janek, our envoy on Voss. I'll patch him through now.
Master Jedi, I'm well aware of the Order's stance on Voss, but the situation is getting desperate. Negotiations with the Voss have stalled, and I'm looking for high-profile help. Are you familiar with the planet?
I'm interested in an ambassador's take.
Ambassador, soldier, Jedi, civilian. We're all outsiders to the Voss. They have little knowledge of the greater galaxy and only recently obtained spaceflight from us, but they're not primitive. Their society revolves around the Mystics, Force users who have visions of the future. Those visions guide every decision the Voss make, and the Voss believe they're never wrong.
Is that all the Mystics can do? See the future?
Mystics can also become gifted healers. A Republic alliance with the Voss could be key to winning this war. Unfortunately, the Empire has the same idea. So far, the Voss have refused to take sides, and they've established rigid neutrality laws to keep us in line.
The Voss have to protect themselves.
Good. I spent too much time defending Republic citizens who get into scrapes with Imperials. We need to show the Voss that the Empire only acts respectful because of the Mystics. I'm doing everything I can to expose them, but the Voss don't seem to hear me anymore. A fresh face might help.
I'm willing to represent the Order.
The Jedi are the closest we have to a mystic. It can't hurt. I'm staying at a Voss survey outpost, keeping an eye on the Empire. Commander Harada can handle the details of getting here.
Not much to arrange. Shuttle will take you to Voss-Ka, their capital city. Local transport can get you to the survey outpost. Remember, the Voss keep all outsiders confined to the alien enclave, regardless of affiliation. Someone makes trouble, ignore them.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.